Ojibwe people always refer to the jingle dress dance as a healing tradition. The dance and the jingles themselves are all about healing. When I was doing research on the history of the jingle dress dance tradition, I noticed that I couldn't find a single photograph in the United States or Canada of what we would call a jingle dress. And I started to think about why I couldn't find a dress older than circa 1920. And I thought about the stories that Ojibwe people tell. I'm from Red Lake in northern Minnesota. And we often hear a story about a little girl who fell ill and her father had a vision. And after his vision, which was about this first jingle dress, he gave the dress to his daughter and she began to improve her health, got better, and it was sort of a miraculous kind of thing. The story, the photographs, and the history of this event, kind of knowing as a historian what was going on, led me to thinking about the global pandemic of influenza that killed more people than World War I and was very devastating in the Great Lakes and Native communities. But it was also a global epidemic. And that got me thinking that this is probably why this new healing tradition emerged around the time of World War I and why it has an association with healing. In some ways, the jingle dress dance was always a radical tradition because at the time the dress appeared around circa 1920, the United States had issued a circular from the Indian Office in Washington. It was the circular which outlawed ritualistic dancing on Indian reservations in the United States. So when this came about in 1920, there was something threatening about Native people carrying on their culture and their performative traditions. And so it's interesting to me to think about a new women's healing tradition emerging out of that same moment in time when Native people's dances are perceived as threatening in some ways to the United States. It was revolutionary for the women who were performing this dance. It was empowering, and I think what you see from how it's been used in contemporary protest movements like Idle No More and Standing Rock, you're seeing that it still empowers women in their communities today.